Now that I've finished creating the armature for my sculpture, I'm ready to paper mache it. So I've taken a big piece of bulletin board paper and I've torn it into pieces that are a little bit smaller than my hand is. And now I'm ready to paper mache. So in order to do that, I'm gonna pick up a piece of paper. I'm going to use my fingers and put the glue onto the paper. I'm going to rub both sides of the paper so that it is nice and shiny. It's not dripping with glue, but it's nice and shiny, which means it's been covered. A good place to start paper macheing is where two pieces of newspaper meet. So if I cover the neck, that should provide a little bit of strength. To get smaller areas like the snout, I'm going to use a smaller piece of paper and cover it. Every time I add a new piece of paper, I want to smooth that paper onto the sculpture. I don't want pieces flying off or that don't look like they're attached very well. You need to smooth it on. Now, the more paper that you add, the stronger your sculpture will get. So in really delicate areas, you might try 3 layers. Everywhere else, you might try 2 or use 2 layers, which should be enough to keep it nice and sturdy, nice and strong. If you don't put enough glue onto your paper like this, then when you attach it to your sculpture, then parts of it aren't going to be attached and you'll have things flying off. It's not going to have good craftsmanship. So be sure to make sure you put glue on both sides of your paper and that the entire paper is nice and shiny, but not dripping with glue. So that would be another problem if you have too much glue on your paper. So I'm going to continue to add paper mache to the entire sculpture. Remember, in thin areas, or small areas rather, you can use smaller pieces of paper to get in between those little spaces. To finish up an area like a leg, of course, I'll get my paper nice and wet. I'll start my paper wrapping at one edge of the paper, kind of wrap it around. Maybe I'll kind of encapsulate the foot, wrap it around. This will make it nice and tight, give it some strength. Then be sure to give it a massage so that the paper lays down smoothly. I've added 2 layers of paper mache over the entire sculpture. Any areas where paper was kind of flying up, I might have rubbed back down, or I could have covered it with another little piece of brown paper. So I'm really excited about the way it's turning out. It's really starting to come to life. So we'll let this dry, and next time we can add some smaller details to make it look like our chosen animal or object even more.